Okay, so a very good morning to one and all. Today we will initiate a short and brief discussion on complex quantities, how these are useful in electrical computations and relations. So let us go ahead with complex numbers. The complex numbers can be put in two formats. One is rectangular and another is polar form. A quantity which is said to be complex should have either a format which is shown over here, like an example z equal to a plus bi or a plus jb. I and j are called as complex operators. So a and b. So we know that a complex number should have a representation either in rectangular or polar if the quantity is represented in this format, having a real term like a and a I operated or j operated term bi or ib, like that. This second term is called as imaginary term. So therefore this kind of format inclusive of either I as a operator or a j as a operator, we call it as rectangular form of representation of a quantity. Then a and b are real numbers. Then we know that real part of the z is a complex number. Complex, if I say a vectorial representation of a vector z is composed of two parts. One is a real number and b operated by a complex operator I. Hence this representation should happen on a complex plane. So then the real part of the representation is the first term without I. The imaginary part of the representation is the term operated by I or j, where we know I or j is a complex operator whose value is square root of -1. So for us in electrical notations, this I is a operator operated on a quantity, which I say if A is a vector, B is a vector, to this vector I is multiplied or I is operated on that. When it is operated, the meaning of which is the V representation with respect to A should have 90-degree phase difference. It means to say J is a operator or I is a operator on whose multiplication with the vector shift its position by 90-degree on its representation. So if it is a plus I multiplication, it goes on shifting in the anti-clockwise direction. If it is a multiplied by minus I, it is shifting downward by clockwise direction. Then reference stands as x-axis of the representation. Let us say a representation like this way: x-axis, a real axis, a positive numbers and a negative numbers over here, and imaginary axis which is plotted here, the I operated terms which with the plus I appear on the above axis and minus I appear on the lower part of the y-axis, like this. So this is called as a complex plane, where horizontal axis is real axis. Real axis may have a positive and negative number, and imaginary axis do have positive or negative. Whenever I have like this way 3 plus 2i, so 2i is nothing but the positive. Similarly, I have minus 2i in the second example. There, where do it fall on a complex plane? It must be a question to me. To represent that, it is called imaginary axis. Positive quantity will be placed on the upper half of the representation. Negative quantities of I multiplied things will be represented in the lower half of the representation. So this is how a complex plane is referred. Now I was speaking about reference axis. The reference axis is the horizontal axis itself. So therefore, any quantity, either it is a voltage, current, impedance, power, if it is represented by a complex terminology, it should have two parts. One is real term, which is not at all operated by a operator j or I. The another term which is operated by I or j, which is shown to you over here. Suppose you want to know how it is represented on the complex plane. To represent it, it's very simple, like your graph representation. How you do? The first, the value of z you want to plot on this complex plane. So z is having the real number 3. It is the plus axis. Just trace on the plus axis of the real side 3 point. Then plus 2i. I said I is the complex operator on whose operation with any vector, the value of which that vector gets shifted to 90-degree. Suppose 2 is somewhere here. Am I right? 3 is somewhere here. Red dot is here. 2 is somewhere here. When I apply 2 with I, it means shifting this 2 plus side means in an anti-clockwise fashion by 90 degree. Then this 2 marking will shift it automatically to the upper side. Otherwise, 2i I can simply mark on plus imaginary axis here. Mark on 2, then join this with the representation. Then this point of intersection of 2i and 3 is a vector. What is the value called as z? So you represented a complex vector or a representation z on a complex plane as real number 3 and a complex imaginary part 2i. Intersection of that has made a point of 3 plus 2i equal to z for you. Then similarly, if I have a 3 minus 2i, how do I locate it? 3 is a real number. As usual, I will mark red dot here. And 2i, definitely positive axis and a negative imaginary axis, on which I will mark a minus 2 and make this completion of point of intersection and join with the origin. This stand as your 3 minus 2i. So what exactly we got here? We were able to represent, suppose we have a current in a parallel circuit. I1, I2 are the two currents in the form of complex representation. What is the total current? Total current is the sum of the current 1, current 2. Draw a graphical representation. Draw the vector diagram if it is posed to you. How do you do it? You will be able to draw value of I1. Where is the value of I1? Suppose this is I1. Suppose this is I2. Then resultant is joining up of these two with the help of resultant. Then make this complete form of parallelogram of forces like result. Then take the resultant of that. That's called graphical approach. For that kind of requirement, we need to know how to represent complex numbers first. So in that regard, the complex number in the form of rectangular will have two terms. The first term is the real term and second term is the imaginary term. It may be having minus or plus. Accordingly, its position and real term position intersection is joined with the origin to result your required vector representation. So this is how a very simple approach. From this we may have complex conjugate of a complex number or addition, subtraction, anything is possible. This is just to know how a complex quantity is represented on our representation. This is how real and imaginary part should happen. You may ask me, suppose real term is 0, how do it get located? Absolutely right. If 3 is not at all there, only plus 2i is there. How do I do it? 0 is at the origin, 2i is at the upper. So this stand vertically up. That's all. Then it is only 0 minus 2i. Then 0, 3 is not there. It will be vertically facing downward. So it may happen I is not there. Then it will be horizontal at 3. That's all. So it is not that it should have all the time. It is desirable. If a complex number you would like to mention in the rectangular format, it should have a real term. It should have a plus or minus imaginary term. If it is there, whose point of intersection when I join with the origin create your required vector complex. If anyone is missing, it will fall on one of the side, either on the real axis side or on the imaginary axis side. So like this, we may have current, impedances, voltage, power, etc. like that representation in electrical notations. This is what we have seen in the discussion. Suppose if I have another kind of representation, what is that? Polar form of representation. Polar form of representation is again done, like look into this, the imaginary axis and real axis, which I have drawn in the earlier representation here itself. The same graphical representation is taken here. But the representation of a complex quantity takes place in the form of r angle theta. It cannot be r, it can be m angle phi, something like that. The first is called magnitude part of the representation. This is called angle bracket and angle. So this shows magnitude of the quantity and what is the angle it is made from the reference is represented. So this format of representation of the quantity, like it may be impedance, it may be a current, it may be any voltage, like that. Any quantity which in the complex domain represented by format magnitude immediately followed by an angle theta is known as polar form. For example, just you see here, 3 angle 30 is one example. The magnitude of 3 angle is 30. How it is drawn? On the imaginary plane or on the complex plane. Look into that. Where is the real number 3? The real number 3 is just horizontal. Just mark a number. Then what is the angle it is made up of? Plus 30. Plus 30 means, as we have seen electrically, vectors always revolve in anti-clockwise fashion. Any number which is plus angle plus 30 plus 40 means it should rotate in the anti-clockwise fashion. Suppose it is minus 30, what it would mean? Any quantities associated with the minus angle, they rotate from the real axis in a clockwise fashion, like this. So therefore it is a plus 30. From the real axis, I measure 30-degree angle and draw a line. On that line, what is the magnitude I have to cut? 3. It stands as 3 angle 30. This is represented in the form of polar. So it may be 5 ampere angle 30 degree, 10 ampere minus 45 degree, like that. Any quantity, either current, voltage or power, if I want to represent, it should be having like this. So therefore, complex number in the form of polar should have a magnitude which is represented, and an angle plus which is changing from the real axis should go anti-clockwise fashion. If it is a minus, it should go in the clockwise direction. This is the basic requirement of understanding of polar form of representation. So therefore, it becomes necessary for us. Sometimes, one more thing you may ask me. In case of this rectangular format, can this real number be negative? Definitely, it can be over here also. It can be minus 3 plus 2. Then definitely this my plus 3 marking I would have done on minus 3. Then this vector would have taken resultant in the third quadrant. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, if I say second quadrant, it would have been spread in the second quadrant. What I would mean, the real part may be having minus or plus. Imaginary part may be having minus or plus in rectangular format. But in polar format, the magnitude should be absolute. You cannot have a minus. This side is no axis. This is only 0 and reference. From this only measure the magnitude and shift the angle so that magnitude will never be minus. If it is minus, what you should do? Keep that minus outside a bracket. Inside the bracket, r angle theta should be mentioned. So what I want to tell you is, in a polar form, magnitude is always absolute value. It is not having any minus. Angle may be plus or minus because it is an incremental angle from real axis. If it go plus 30 or plus angle, shift in the anti-clockwise fashion. If it is a minus angle, it go in the clockwise direction. What I mentioned here is magnitude will never have minus. If it is there as a minus, minus must be kept outside. Inside the bracket, you have to process your polar form quantities. That is the notation you must remember. Now, it becomes often necessary for us. How these are used in our real type calculations? Yes, in case of complex calculation in AC circuit, impedance, admittance, all such relevant calculations when it comes to a real requirement, you have to fall to the use of calculators. Then these are very interesting, and it becomes very necessary for us to understand, is it possible to convert a rectangular quantity format to polar format, or a polar format to rectangular format? Yes, my friends, it is possible. It is possible to convert a rectangular format into polar, polar to a rectangular. How is that? Let's look into this. Suppose you have a quantity. You have a quantity, look into this diagram. Imaginary axis, real axis. R angle theta. This is a polar representation. What is this? Polar to rectangular. I would like to understand. Then what is this? Polar quantity will have magnitude. Yes, R is the magnitude. We should have an angle from the real axis plus theta. So R angle theta is the quantity under test. Then what I will do? I will take the projection of this vector along x-axis or a real axis, which is called as dot dot dot. When I put a torch from the top, the shadow of this comes as a A. A is called projection of vector R along the real axis. We are very surely known. R cos theta is the projection here. Similarly, when I put a torch from this side, from the right side, if I put a torch, the slant side looks equal to vertical side of size B. Then what is B over here? B nothing but R sin theta. We know from the trigonometrical relationships. If I imagine, if this is the hypotenuse of the triangle, A is the adjacent side, B is the opposite side of the angle theta, I can definitely connect R and theta to A, R and theta to B. These two are my requirement. What are these two? A is the projection of vector along the real axis. B is the projection of this vector along the Imaginary axis, you can write here A as r cos theta, B as r sin theta. So what exactly you got now? You got from a given polar quantity two positions you got A, B, whose intersection nothing but your rectangular representation. Let's see how an example comes to you. Phi angle 53 degree is an example. Phi is the magnitude, 53 is the angle. It means r is phi, theta is 53 you can take. Convert it to rectangular. Then from this what I'll get? R is 5, theta is 53. What I will do? It is 5 cos 53. A nothing but 5 cos 53 turns to be 5. You can do it with a calculator. 5 cos 53 is A. 5 sin 53 is B. It is 4. Now what I got now? Real number, nothing but along the real axis, I got a position of that as 3. On the imaginary axis, I got a position as 4. Then it is upper axis. It must be plus j only as per your complex rectangular representation. Upper axis is plus j or plus I. Lower axis is minus I or minus j. Therefore, its shadow comes to be plus I. The same thing is taken here. So, r cos theta, nothing but this magnitude, which is 3. And r sin theta, nothing but vertical axis 4. Now the quantity which is 5 angle 53 as if got converted to rectangular as 5 cos 53 as 3, 5 sin 53 as 4i. Now you may ask me, how do you write plus or minus? That is dependent on angle here. If the plus angle, it comes a plus. If it's a minus angle, over here comes a minus. That is the logic you have to remember. So therefore, you have to get the conversion of polar to rectangular. So you may ask me, is it really possible to get a rectangular quantity into a polar? Yes, absolutely it is possible. So let us imagine you have been given a point over here like position 3. You have been given B, the position 4. Now you have been given example of 3 plus 4i. How to get it polar conversion? What is the answer for you? Phi angle 53 you should get. How to get this? That's the concept called as rectangular to polar conversion. To do this, what we should do? Let's take a magnitude of this. This triangle you have to imagine. You have been given A, you have been given B. Then this vector you want to know and angle included you want to know. You are likely to search r and theta. To do this, what is this r using Pythagoras relation? This is a square plus b square under the root. Here you can see magnitude part of that is given you a and b. A square plus b square under the root give you hypotenuse of that, nothing but your required magnitude. And angle you are in interest. What is that angle? You know the vertical side. You know the adjacent side of a triangle. Then what is the relation you can connect? Tan theta. So therefore it is arctan, inverse tan. Arcant tan means inverse tan b by a give you this angle. It is 4 by 3 inverse tan. You can see here. It is 53. So 3 square plus 4 square turns 25. 25 under the root turns 5. And this 4 by 3 inverse tan turns to 53 degree. So the answer of 3 plus 4 I stand as phi angle 53. These are very simple. So you need not worry about this because this is done by your calculator. But you should know the logic, how it is being done in the reality. Okay. This is how complex polar to rectangular, rectangular to polar theory runs inside. So for you to work in the calculator, no need to worry. Simply you have to configure your calculator into respect to complex mode. Hope this is 991 MS mode. Whichever you are using is 991 MS or 991 ES. It's very simple. How to use, how to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of quantities. This was a sample trial being done. So I have shown you in the particular model 991 MS or 991 ES, whichever the calculator you have. What you are supposed to do? Hit the key, mode key, till you will find complex display on your calculator mode. Then below that complex key, the number displayed 1, 2, 3. Use that. That will configure your mode of calculation to complex. And also, I assume that the angle displays default degree. So again, you have degree display in terms of degree, radian, steradian, and gradient, whatever you have. So those mode display of angle is in degree default for me. Okay, degree is default and complex mode is enabled. Then your mode of computation in the calculator stand as complex algebra calculation. Later, if you want to go for the conventional, what you should do? Again, you have to hit mode key continuously till you get comp. Below that number, you have to type or hit in the calculator. That makes the calculator type to conventional calculator normal engineering mode. So this you must be remembering. Otherwise, you will get stuck. Your calculator will make some other some kind of calculation which you are not interested to do. Therefore, this must be seen carefully by you. So then let us move ahead with the example. What is this example? I would like to use complex addition of two rectangular quantities. So what I will do doing now, in the calculator, after choosing the mode complex, I will open a bracket. Open a bracket, type number 2 on the keypad. Then hit plus key, which suppose I want to represent this, and number 3. And there is a I symbol. This I symbol is there in your functional keyboard of the calculator. Maybe it is the third row, second button. So you have to search in your calculator mode what kind of complex calculation you would like to do. So it is a rectangular, open a bracket, 2 plus 3 and insert I and close the bracket. So by this way, what you did? You enabled 2 plus 3i on your screen. Plus you want to do addition of a quantity. Then open a bracket, type the similar number or whichever the number you like. Then completing that, you should be careful. The default display of answer in the calculator is rectangular only. But you may not be interested to see the answer in rectangular. You may like to see the answer in polar also. Then you must know what is extra work we should do. Okay. Before going to do that, suppose you want to see the answer of this. What you should do? Equal you press. Once you put the equal, you will get first answer as real term. What is the real term? 2 plus 3 is a real number 5. Then shift equal you press. Shift equal when you hit, it will give you the imaginary part of that. Here you can tell by oral we can say, here is a plus 3i, here is a plus 2i. What is the total i? 3 plus 2 is a plus 5i. The total answer is 5 plus 5i is the total. So calculator will not show 991 ms will not show you total answer. It will show first 5, later it will show 5i. So when it is showing you 5, there is a key R letter in the display LCD. Then when you use shift equal, 5 comes. There is a corner in the display, small letter I displays. That's called imaginary term. So this you need to notice from your LCD of a calculator. So what you got now? Addition of two complex rectangular quantities. Similarly, you can do it by difference here. 2 plus 3i minus 3 plus 2i. I want to take a difference of these two quantities. The same procedure. So type the numbers, keep ready, use the operator, use the again another quantity. First equal, give you difference. 2 minus 3, it become minus 1. Because 2 is smaller, 3 is bigger. It's minus sign comes in, it become minus 1. Then here plus 3 and minus goes inside. 3 and 2, minus 2 plus 3, it is plus 1i. So this is how addition, subtraction can be done very easily on the calculator. So then, suppose I was speaking, you are interested to know answer in polar format. What should be done? Whenever you will be finding any computation you do, I said the default display of answer is always rectangular. Your interest lie with the polar. What you should do? See and read here. To get the answer in polar form, once the answer is displayed on the screen, either you are displaying 5 or minus 5i, whichever the one, either in the real form or imaginary part of the answer, you are seeing the answer. You must be in the display output only. Then what you should do? Press shift plus, hit shift, then plus, then equal. It will show you magnitude part of the answer. So what is going to happen? I'll tell you. Shift plus when you hit ans r theta, answer r theta is a display on your calculator. You have to put equal. Yes, let me display. It will show you the magnitude part of the first answer. Then shift equal, it will show you the angle part of the polar answer. It means what we have to do, any quantity which is available on your screen, 5 plus 5i, you want to know. 5 plus 5i in rectangular. I want it to be in polar. What you should do? Shift plus we should hit. When display is 5 plus 5i, shift plus equal. It show me magnitude part of the answer. Shift equal the angle part of the answer. It's very simple. So it's very simple. Once you practice this, you are able to do this, because already these videos have been shared to you, material have been shared to you. Probably you have done it already. If not also, kindly do it. It's very easy. Then suppose you want to do polar kind of additions. You can see here. So again, what I will do, mode key you should choose. Still the complex is available. Then open a bracket, 10, angle bracket. This is also an L-shaped symbol. This is available in your function key of the calculator. So use that angle bracket. Whenever complex mode is active, this symbol is active. Otherwise, this symbol will not be active. Therefore, you must be using this 10 angle bracket, which is in the function key, third row itself, third row of your calculator function key, and 30. Close the bracket. You would like to add a quantity, plus angle bracket, plus a bracket, another quantity. So angle need not be plus, angle can be minus, angle can be plus, anything you would like. The quantity inside the bracket, you place them. Okay. Now you are very surely known, you are trying to add two quantities which are in polar, but you are very sure that calculator show you the answer always in rectangular format. Let's see. If I hit equal, the first answer what I get is 22.80. Now you don't worry about that. Here is the 10, here is the 20. How come it's a 22? Should be 30. No, man. It is not direct addition. It is the complex addition. Hence, this answer is in the real form of the rectangular answer, not the polar answer. Therefore, we have to be peaceful and hit shift equal. You will get the second answer as 19.14i. The total answer of your sum is 22.80 plus 19.14i. But you are not interested to see this rectangular. Your interest may lie with polar representation. Then what we should do? Either you are displaying 22.80 or you are displaying 19.14i. What you should do? Shift plus you have to hit. Hit the shift key and plus key on your calculator. Then equal. By the time you will see ANS R theta in your display LCD. That means you are trying to convert the output display to a polar notation. When you hit equal, the first answer is 29.77 is the magnitude. And shift equal, when you hit, you will get an angle converted to this number, that is called 40.0123 degree. So like this, a conversion, addition of a quantity in polar whose answer default is in rectangular is converted to rectangular. This is very necessary for you, my friends, when you are working on a parallel circuits, working on a series circuit, working on a three-phase AC circuits. Some of the problems are solved by complex algebra. Then you must be able to understand how it is being solved. So therefore, the answer which is in rectangular, how to put in polar, answer which is in polar, how to put in rectangular, you must be aware of that. Then a similar example I have posed here. This way you can do it in 991 MS, where you have to operate number of times. At least 2 times you have to operate, get the answer. But the same thing in 991 ES, the silver panel, this is little advanced. It is having 2 lines of display. Automatically you will get. So let's see here. When in that calculator, if you are using, use the mode complex, use the format. The A, they will be having a format A plus IB, A plus minus IB, conjugate, and all kind of formats are available directly in that. So choose the mode complex and come to the panel. Type the letters bracket 2 plus 3i plus complete the bracket plus 3 plus 2i complete the bracket. Put first equal. If you hit first equal, you will get answer 5, because you know 2 plus 3 is 5. Shift equal give you 5i, complex number, imaginary. Total answer is, this is displayed totally on your screen. That is an advantage of ES. So you all being computer science, probably you do not require this complex algebra in future. Probably you need not worry that seriously. Even your calculator is not displaying whole answer. Please do not worry. That will not be used in your higher semester, as your friends have witnessed to me. So you can just understand what is that my final answer, how it look like. You can just be careful. If it's displaying in 991 ES, very well. You are lucky enough, you can see one part, whole things like this. Okay. Suppose you want to convert this answer to polar. You can see here, there is a different menu here. For you, 99 ES, the menu is different. Whenever you see this answer, see here, to get the answer in polar form, what you should do? Shift 2 you have to press, not shift plus. In case of this, it is shift plus for your 991 MS people. 991 ES people, shift 2 you have to press. Shift 2. Then you will get format outputs. You will get list of format. How the format should look like. Then choose the polar format in that, hit the equal. So you will get the answer directly. This is the advantage of 991 ES calculator. It is not the only advantage. So many features are there inside. So that you need to be using in steps. So therefore, conversion of answer which is in rectangular to polar is quite easier in 991 ES. Okay, that doesn't mean 991 MS is bad. 991 MS is the first series. ES is the next series of which with some more modification in the software like that. So suppose you would like to see polar kind of operations. You can see here bracket a polar quantity, bracket a polar quantity. Then if I want to add equal, shift equal, that process is same. This is the answer. Suppose you are interested to see its answer in polar form. You can see here shift plus 2, shift and 2. You have to hit the shift key, next number 2 key on the pad. Then you will get answer format styles. Which format you would like to choose. Choose the format you like. Then do the answer. This is how in 991 ES, quite advanced here, one step advanced I can get. So therefore, you need to practice these things. It should help you to do some numericals over there. Then I pose you some problems. You can try these things on your calculators by yourselves. Addition of rectangular quantities, subtraction of complex quantity like rectangular, then product, then division in complex mode. I have just given you an example. You can try this. So that it will be quite easier. So no need to work on paper. Directly use the calculator and get the answers. That will definitely give a confidence that the rectangular kind of representation of a complex quantity and polar kind of a representation of a complex quantity can be easily worked out using the calculators like that. Okay. Then I just shown you some vectors. Example, vector is A, vector is B. You can see it. It is in, I can say real and J axis are shown. A is a blue line vector, and B is another vector whose addition, vectorial addition resulted in me 6 plus J4. Then how I got this 4? I mean A is real 4, J1. It is 4 plus J1. B is 2 plus J3. You can see R I3. J R I, both are same in the complex notation. So 2 plus J3, 4 plus J1, whose addition is resultant here. Resultant is of what? 6 plus J4. You can add it here. 4 and 2, 6 is the resultant. Here J1, J3 is a J4. It will shift. Numerically by visual we can do this. In complex rectangular mode of addition, subtraction, quite easier. But multiplication and division is not easier. It's quite difficult. Similarly, I have A minus B. A minus B means what? This B vector I reproduce backward and take resultant with the A. You can see here B which was here is reproduced backward as a minus B. Then take addition of these two, and the added result is the purple color, which you can see A minus B equal to 2 minus J2. Like this, how exactly complex numbers are visualized in the complex plane. This is how you can see here. Okay. So no matter, your calculators will surely help you to use these things. Then how in reality it is being done? Suppose I have two quantities, voltage equal to I into Z, current into impedance. I is in complex format. You can see real and imaginary. It is a rectangular format, and impedance is also in rectangular format. When I want to multiply this, how do I do manually with a pen and pencil? It becomes very complex for me. Hence, my calculator comes to use. Use this in the calculator. 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power 3 cancels off. What remains is A, B. A is a complex quantity, B is a complex quantity. Operate in the calculator. Directly we'll see the magnitude and angle straightforward. No need to this much of very rigorous steps. These are so many steps you have done here. So if you use a calculator, probably a two-step answer. First step is rectangular answer. Second step is polar answer. So this is how the what you can say the complex quantity work realizes you. So therefore, it is necessary in electrical domain, electronics domain, and few of your computer domain also complex quantities are represented, but not to that stronger depth of representation. So therefore, for you, it is necessary to know what the complex quantities are like that. Suppose if I have an example, hope I'm audible to you all, please. Somebody reply me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose I have a parallel circuit. You can see here. I have a parallel arm, R 40 ohm, capacitor reaction 25. This is RC circuit and RL circuit in parallel. Definitely, what may be a question to me? Z1, Z2, impedance 1, impedance 2. Find the equivalent impedance would be my question. That time what I will do, Z1, Z2, I represent like this. You can see here, Z1 is 70 plus J60. Now the question comes, you may ask me, sir, how could you write XL as plus, XC as minus? For this, you have to remember, whenever you have inductive reactance, it is plus JXL. How it comes? Single phase AC series circuit concept, you must remember. Current in an inductive circuit always lags behind the voltage. In that context, the triangle which you have witnessed, suppose if I get an opportunity, I'll project you in the next chapter and show you. So whenever there is a inductive reactance XL, not the L, XL, it is R plus JXL in the vector format. If it is a capacitor reactance, here current leads ahead of the voltage. Therefore, there will be a minus in the impedance format. So these two are witnessed from, suppose if you remember the triangle, R is the horizontal side, XL is the vertical side, Z is the hypotenuse impedance in RL circuit. If it is the RC circuit, R is the horizontal side, XC is the downward position side, Z is the hypotenuse of that triangle. It's called impedance triangle we have learnt. From that also we can convince that 70 plus J60 nothing but inductive. So 40 minus J25 means minus J represent capacitive part of the branch like that. So you remember now onwards, whenever you have an inductive branch, impedance of that branch is written as plus JXL association. And whenever you have a capacitive branch, it is whatever the resistance minus JXC association. So that will be a representation of impedance in rectangular format. So Z1, Z2. What is asked to me? Obtain the equivalent impedance of this. Like two resistors in parallel, how do I do? R1 into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. That is the logic we have done. The similar logic I prefer here with the complex domain. What is Z equivalent of this total combination? Z1 into Z2 over Z1 plus Z2. That is being written here. Z total equal to product of two impedances divided by sum of the impedances in the sequence. Then I place them in the respective positions. Now you will find product of two complex numbers, division of a sum of number here. Now you can see here there is addition is there, product is there, division is there. Is it not a complex terminology? Absolutely right. For this you would have learned what is polar representation, what is complex representation, how do mathematical operations in rectangular or polar combinations are being done. If you remember that, this should be at your fingertips. How is this now? You can just try. You can make a numerator performed in steps. You just use a calculator, open a bracket, close a bracket, into, open a bracket, close a bracket. Operate this. You will get a magnitude and it's either in the rectangular or for polar, you are going to get the answer of these two. Yes, note it down, equal to in the numerator. In the denominator, is addition. Visually, you can do 70 plus 40, 1 and 10. 60 and minus 25, 60 minus 25. You do it visually and use the division operator for the next step. You can reduce your computational delay. So use this product in the calculator. Use this sum or difference. Visually you do. It is very easier for you, or in the calculator you can do. Later you take a division. Numerator term divided by denominator term. That should result you the grand answer 37 minus 5.9 J or J 5.9. J doesn't matter. J comes earlier or J comes later. Doesn't have any difference. It is a imaginary term representation. Whose answer if you are likely to get in polar? You are very sure in any of the calculator, either in 991 ms or 99 es. Type this number, then accordingly shift plus r theta or shift to go for the types of display. You can use these two easily. So you can convert them to polar. It's very easier. So my friends, I suggest you, please on this page, whatever I have presented, try once with your calculator, with your personal calculator only. Don't depend on your friend answer. So that confidence should be there with you. Similarly, I have another problem for you. I have a RC branch. I have a RLC branch here. No matter whether RLC there, only R is there, only C is there. Do not worry. Worry what I should do. So this is impedance in the upper arm, impedance in the lower arm. This is inductance given. So I have to convert it to XL and XC. You can see here. It is being converted XC and Z is written upper arm 100 XL minus XC. Can you see here? J XL minus, this is called RLC series circuit in this arm. In this arm, I have RLC. This is series, but total circuit is in parallel notations. Therefore, JXL minus JXC is taken here. Then convert it. Z1 is ready. Z2 is also ready. You can just see. Z2 is also ready. XC is 1 by 2 pi FC. Ready? Right? Then take this into Z2. What is total impedance? Z1, Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. Like this, if you can get total impedance of that, what may be asked here? Given you 150 volt 60 hertz, given you impedances in parallel, obtain the total current flown from the circuit. What is the total current drawn here? V divided by Z equivalent. That's what is being done here. I total equal to V divided by Z equivalent. I can do. So it is in either polar or rectangular. I can get the answer. So it's very easy. Only thing is your serious attempt at least once is very necessary. Otherwise, we cannot do. It is just a listening, it's just a forgetting for your needs. So I have one more example for you. So Z1, Z2, two impedances are mentioned here. 12 volt is mentioned. So what I asked here, find the total impedance. As they are in parallel, I am demanding you Z equivalent. And the phase angle, it means when I get this total answer, total current of this, I equal to V divided by Z. So answer you express in polar. Magnitude is the current, angle is the phase angle here. So I have another question with this. It's already asked here. Only thing is voltage is given to you here. So you have been set to current, get I1, I2, current in 1, current in 2, power consumed by branch 1, branch 2. Anything such kind of problems if you are getting, you may need to use complex notations.
Sir, both in rectangular and polar we should keep, sir.
Yeah, it is my personal request to you all. Whenever you work a complex quantities, please present the answer one rectangular equivalent symbol or below that polar. Why? I will tell you. If I have taught you in a rectangular format, you will be very familiar to write all the work in rectangular only. The teacher who has taught the similar subject in some other college is familiar with the polar kind of representation. He might have taught convert answer to polar. Then his valuation pattern, most of his valuation will be looking for polar answers. Mine will be looking for rectangular. So I want to be universal. If your answers are there both sides, you are not at all